This week, our beautiful sun is activating gate 25 in the I Ching and Gene Keys. This frequency is activating a genetic codon within all of us that is stimulating our consciousness field theme for the next 6 days. The transformational path of this frequency moves from the shadow of constriction to the highest frequency of universal love, and it's via acceptance. The 25th I Ching, Gene Key, is the frequency that holds the theme of love, the very breath of love. It also is the lack of love, the rediscovery of love, and the remembering of love. This is such an exciting time to be alive on the planet. April and May, Neptune is going to be entering this gate, the gate of universal love. And Pluto is going to dip into gate 41. So just for a couple months, these major planets, which represent our subconscious, are going to be going into new frequencies just for 2 months to give us a sneak peek of what's to come by 2025. When we look at a small child, specifically under the age of 3, we don't get a sense of the sacred wound of suffering that we all incarnate with. The 25th shadow is the shadow of constriction, and its main dilemma is anxiety. A small child doesn't appear to be constricted, doesn't appear to be anxious. So do we learn it? How do we become anxious? Whether you're aware of it or not, we all have anxiety deep within us. It doesn't have to manifest as worry. It's the vibration of fear within our cells. It seems to be connected to death, or more accurately, the sense of death. A small child doesn't know the sense of death yet. They haven't witnessed loss. Their sense of I hasn't formed yet. So anxiety seems to be connected to the identity of the I, which is also referred to as the ego. As we develop a sense of separateness, anxiety begins to tremble inside of us. But it isn't learned. It was always there. It's even there in the small child. It's simply dormant by a code. And this is the dilemma. We can't prevent it. It's programmed within all of us. We can't relax deep enough to make it go away. It's part of our constriction. It's cellular. This is why the great meditation traditions train us to focus on our breath. If you do this for 10 to 20 years, you might have a breakthrough and realize you can exist without thought. But let's be honest, it takes a certain type of person that is willing to dedicate 10 to 20 years or willing to do this. What about the rest of us? Is there any hope for us? Well, the first step to all transformation is the same step. We need to deeply realize that we are in a prison. Like the Buddha said, all the life is suffering. We are constricted by our mortality or by our biological equipment, our human body. We are different than animals. They have fear, they don't have anxiety, and it's because they don't have enough self-awareness yet. And yet it's the very vibration that inspires the quest for higher knowledge. We need to get to know it. From that vantage point, it's very magical. The biggest challenge with anxiety is that you can't think your way out of it. No amount of mental knowledge or psychoanalysis will be enough. You have to contact the vibration directly. We all carry our sacred wound of constriction deep within our being. And once we stop running away from it, which could take lifetimes, and start bringing the awareness into the body, it will start to dissipate. And breath is the key. The power of contemplation brings in pauses to your day. It slows down your inner rhythms. It allows for greater awareness and more conscious breathing. The way we meet anxiety is with awareness. There is nothing wrong with constriction. It is the starting point of our blessed journey, the journey within. The body is constriction for awareness until one day awareness breaks free from the body. This is the path of acceptance. The 25th gift, the path to raise this vibration, is with the gift of acceptance. A central aspect with contemplation is a coming to terms with the life as is. This sounds simple, but it's not always easy. Let's break it down to 3 phases: allow, accept, and embrace. So first we have allow, and it's very spacious. You allow yourself to be a certain way, feel a certain way. You don't have to accept it yet or like it. Allowing is the very first breath of awareness. It's the very act of turning within, which is why it's the first step of contemplation. Allowing has an additional component: openness. It's like you saying, I am open for the possibility of a breakthrough. I don't know what it's going to look like or what it means, but I am suffering and I am open. Allowing is very powerful because it begins with the physical. Whatever you're experiencing in the life, bring your awareness to your physical, to the sensations, to the discomfort in the body. Let the breath come in. Never mind the feelings and thoughts. Let them do what they want. We'll deal with them later. We begin with the physical. We allow the body to feel the way it feels. And there's a comfort in the simplicity. The body's uncomplicated like that. After a while, you'll feel yourself slowing down and your breath deepening. Allowing is just staying with the body. Another great way to be with the body is to be physical, running, biking, or even simply walking. Another great way is something with the hands, something crafty. Now we're at the second step, acceptance, which is the name of this gift. Acceptance is when you make full contact with your feelings. Once your breath has settled in and you regained your core stability, you can then feel your feelings without being overwhelmed by them. Emotions are chemical. Once the chemistry is bearable, we will start to feel some space open around our feelings. We may cry, we may feel sad or numb, angry or afraid, but now at least we're in touch with how we feel. Awareness can begin to wrap itself around those feelings and be gracious around those feelings. Acceptance happens when we remember our heart. Our heart reminds us that everything's okay, even in the midst of pain. Everything's okay on a deeper level. And this is where we begin to trust again. There's always hope in acceptance. Not blind emotional hope, just hope in the life. Acceptance allows for the possibility that a transformation may occur. In fact, the possibility becomes a probability. Allow, accept, and embrace are all the processes of acceptance. Step 3, embrace. This is the third component of acceptance. This is when we invite the mind in. So allow is the physical body, accept is the emotional realm, embrace is the mental aspect. As our hearts begins to open to our experience, the mind begins to let go. The mind is the chief problem. When our body is filled with anxiety, our mind is like a mental loop. It's like a factory manager trying to keep all the machines from overheating. In the end, he gives up. He lets go. Embrace is where the magic happens. Embracing pain requires a deep and full breath. Now you can handle the life. Now you can open up your heart and ignite the transformation. Look at your day with the lens of acceptance. This is a beautiful and powerful spiritual practice. Look at all the things you don't allow to be the way they are, like a slow car pulling in front of you when you're in a hurry, or someone that irritates you, or a rain shower in the wrong moment. Whatever it is, allow it to just be. Surround your day with allowing. Then you can begin to see the process of allowing, accepting, and embracing. It will bring a new experience to your day, a new level of awareness. The 25th city, the highest frequency, universal love. Most think of love as a personal connection that passes between people, between us and something outside of us. Universal love is on a completely different dimension entirely. It is the connective tissue that holds everything together. Some people call it God. I call it love. When we move on the path of realization, we begin to let go of the personal dimension. The personal dimension still holds a certain quality, but you no longer say you love someone or something more than anything else. It's a big change. It happens naturally as we soften and open our heart. It's the feminine approach. Deep acceptance and embrace becomes deep surrender. You bow to the life. I empower you this week to create space, get to higher awareness, notice your thoughts, feel all the sensations fully that come up in the body. This week, shine the light of awareness to any sensations of anxiety. Breathe in, breathe out, and practice some acceptance. Be blessed.